Raj and his friends, Vikram, Neha, and Riya, were enthusiasts of adventure. One day, they discovered an old, deserted mansion located a little way into the woods outside their town. It was said that anyone who ventured there never returned. However, to them, these were merely tales. So one night they set out to explore the mansion. At midnight, they stood before the mansion. In the faint light of the moon, the mansion appeared even more terrifying. The door was old and creaked open with a gentle push. As they stepped inside, a cold breeze swept through, as if something was welcoming them. The interior of the mansion was even stranger. The walls were old and crumbling, and there were signs of blood in places. Suddenly, a sharp scream echoed. Riya shouted, "Where did that sound come from?" They all looked at each other, then followed the sound into a dark corridor. At one end of the corridor was an old door that was slightly ajar. Raj, gathering his courage, opened the door. Inside was a large room, and in the middle sat an old woman on a decrepit chair. The moment Neha saw her face, she screamed, "Ghost!" The woman's lips were moving, but no sound came out. Suddenly, her eyes fixed on them, and a furious scream pierced the air. The entire room began to shake, and the pictures on the walls started to sway on their own. Vikram shone his torchlight on the woman, but as the light hit her face, she dissolved into thin air. Riya screamed, "We need to get out of here." They all started to run, but as they reached the door, it slammed shut on its own. At first, they pushed against it with all their might, but it wouldn't budge. Just then, a terrifying voice echoed, "You cannot leave here." Raj saw a shadow moving along the wall, as if something was lurking around them. Suddenly, Neha screamed, "Something has grabbed my leg." Her feet were being pulled down. Raj and Vikram grabbed her and pulled her back. At that moment, the walls of the mansion began to tremble, as if some force was trying to drive them away. Suddenly, the door flung open with a loud bang. No one thought twice. They all began to flee. As they burst out of the mansion, it vanished with a deafening roar, as if it had never existed. They all looked at each other in shock. Was it a ghost or some ancient power? But one thing was certain, that mansion was not just a tale. It was indeed a cursed place.